It is very common for beginners to start reading tarot without knowing a small detail which is essential about the structure of the minor arcana. That's why, to help those who are starting in this wonderful field of tarot, I am creating this series of 4 super simple lessons that will help you with everything you need to know to understand one of the basic structures of the minor arcana of the tarot, so you never get lost in a reading again. So, shall we? Hello walkers, I am Nantai, your learning companion on our tarot journey, and in this very first video of the channel, I want to explore with you the mysteries of the minor arcana of the tarot through the 4 suits, which represent the 4 elements, and at the same time, our 4 components from a philosophical point of view. I made it complicated, right? So stay until the end of this video and you'll start to understand the correct way to interpret the tarot suits. Pay close attention to each of the lessons. I have read many books about the minor arcana of the tarot, but none of these books convey this concept in a simple way, which I will show you today. That's why I want to help you understand this concept once and for all, and in an easy way. Take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. This way, we can walk together on our tarot journey. Oh, and remember to activate that little bell and give the video a like to give a little help. Did you know that the 4 suits of the minor arcana represent the 4 elements? It is one of the basic concepts related to these arcana. So, take note. The suit of cups is of the water element. The suit of wands is of the fire element. The swords are of the air element, and the pentacles are represented by the earth element. But how do you memorize all this? Well, it's true that over time you'll get used to it, but you can use mental anchors for this to make it simpler right from the start. So, the anchors are as follows. Cups, it reminds you of a cup, a chalice, and naturally that leads to water. Now let's move on to the suit of pentacles. Where does gold come from? Remember that it is a metal mined, often in mines. With this, we can already associate gold with the earth. As for the suit of wands, it's quite simple. Imagine it as a torch. This way, it's easy to remember that the minor arcana of wands are of the fire element. Now, for the suit of swords, imagine yourself with a dagger in hand, cutting the air. If you were already making these associations before, it's because you have a very active imagination, and that's essential for those studying tarot. Now, before continuing, pause this video and write in the comments what you think each of these elements means during card readings. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because everyone is here to learn, right? After that, press play again and see how much you got right. The suit of cups. This one is quite simple, right? Cups, also called chalices, represent feelings. The heart symbol makes it easy to remember this. And if we think that this is the tarot suit of the water element, we can also think about its fluidity, how water flows, always adapting to the environment or the container, in this case. When we draw a card from the suit of cups in tarot, we can already tell that the subject the cards are bringing to us is feelings, our relationships, not only romantic ones but also family relationships and with our friends and co-workers as well. Just like the oceans, our feelings can be deep and mysterious or flow fast and violently like a river. For this reason, we have to be careful with the suit of cups in tarot. Feelings, when uncontrolled, can make us drown. The suit of wands. You know when we feel a fire burning inside the heart, making us want to create something new or create something amazing. Well, that's what we call creative impulse. And this impulse is the essence of the suit of wands in tarot. It's our spirit wanting to express itself. It's that urge to take some action, you know? The feeling of excitement, adventure, and creativity, the desire to make things happen. I'm talking about the supreme desire, not just a common wish. The fire element of the suit of wands is a spiritual flame that burns within each of us. And just like fire, this drive of the element of wands transforms everything it touches. Now, before continuing, I'm going to ask a question that might not be so simple to answer. Is every creative impulse good? Everything we dive into with this creative fire of the wands element, is it good or bad? What do you think? Leave your point of view in the comments before continuing. Pause here and share what you really think about this. I won't answer this question in this video, but in the upcoming videos of this 4-part series I'm making. That's why subscribe now and activate the bell to receive the next updates. Continuing now with the suit of swords. The suit of swords is the element of air. Remember, the sword cutting through the air. Do you know the term that someone has their head in the clouds? Well, in tarot, the air element represents logical thinking, reflection. So, here, only in tarot, those with their heads in the clouds are reflecting a lot. So, everything related to the act of thinking, like doing calculations, having conversations with friends, intellectual games too, and even the fact that you're studying through this video now is related to the suit of swords in tarot. Logical thinking, when it distances itself from feelings, tends to seem cold, soulless, right? But this characteristic is indeed a bit like the suit of swords, sharp as a blade, you know? And that's because often, to achieve logical reasoning, we need to distance ourselves from feelings. It is not new to talk about reason versus heart, and the reason is exactly this, presented by the suit of swords. Logical rationality, which at times is necessary, even if it can hurt a little. The suit of pentacles. Many people think that the suit of pentacles means only money and wealth, or poverty, right? But it's not quite like that, at least in tarot. It's true that the minor arcana of the suit of pentacles means that too, but that's only part of the meaning. The suit of pentacles is actually everything we can touch, everything that is on planet Earth, hence the element of this suit. Remember, Earth, pentacles. So, things like the health of the body are also under the domain of the suit of pentacles. Work when we take that impetus from the suit of wands, you know, and put it into practice. So this work put into practice is of the suit of pentacles. Resources in general, things we need to live, got it? It's of. All of this is of the earth element, that is, of the suit of pentacles. All things that are not directly related to feelings, which is cups, to spirit, which is wands, or to thought, which is swords, belong to the suit of pentacles, the tangible, touchable things of physical life. Even people's own sensuality and sex are also of the suit of pentacles, when we are not talking about feelings but just the carnal relationship. So, did you notice how all the suits of the tarot are present in our lives in one way or another? All these aspects of the 4 elements, feeling, impulse, thought, and the physical world, are part of our daily lives. It's true that sometimes one element is stronger than another, but if you look closely, it's all there and around us too. Now I want to tell you 2 things for those studying card reading. The first is to follow our channel by subscribing and clicking the bell, as our journey in tarot is just beginning. The second thing is a tip that I found super interesting for those who want to understand tarot as a form of therapy to help themselves and to help others. And I will leave the link to this tip in the description, so take a look, okay? Bye bye.